Good morning, everyone. Today's Psalm of the Day is Psalm 59. As a boy, I remember watching a film of Robinson Crusoe, especially the scene when he was about to spend his first night stranded on the desert island. Fearing wild animals, he decided he would sleep in a large tree and strapped himself to a branch with his big leather belt so that he didn't fall off during the night. For that night, all alone, the tree was his fortress. In Psalm 59, David needs a fortress. His enemies, King Saul's henchmen, have been sent to watch his house and move in for the kill. In the 1 Samuel account, it's Michal, his wife, who warns him and helps him to escape. But where could he turn? Whom could he trust? What can we learn from David's experience? Well, consider his foes. See how they lie in wait for me. Fierce men conspire against me. They return at evening, snarling like dogs, and prowl about the city. It must have been a fearful experience to face the violence of these wild and ruthless men. David not only describes them as dogs, but also sees them as representing the nations, seeking to destroy him, the Lord's anointed. But you laugh at them, Lord. You scoff at all those nations. In this way, I think the psalm is prophetic, pointing us forward to Jesus, who was tried by the Jews and then handed over to the Gentiles to be put to death, the nations snarling against the Messiah. What chance does David have? What hope is there for Christians today, facing very real persecution? Well, consider David's fortress. The song begins with a cry for help. Deliver me from my enemies, O God. Be my fortress against those who are attacking me. And it ends with an affirmation of praise. You are my strength. I sing praise to you. You, God, are my fortress, my God, on whom I can rely. And 2 more times in the psalm, David affirms the Lord as his fortress. What a picture of strength and protection. I can imagine Jesus repeating words like these after he prays in the Garden of Gethsemane and sees his captors approaching and saying, "Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer." And instead of running away, he faces his enemies. How could he do that? Even as he saw his disciples run away. Well, his Father was his fortress, the God in whom he could rely. And there may be times when we are facing enemies, probably not as fierce or as bloodthirsty as David's, but there may be times when we feel alone, even deserted. And yet this song teaches us where to look, away from our foes and up to our fortress, my God, on whom I can rely. As Jesus says in Revelation, do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades. So this morning, let's turn and lift our eyes to our faithful God, our fortress. Reminded of the words of the song, faithful one, so unchanging, ageless one, you're my rock of peace. Lord of all, I depend on you. I call out to you again and again. I call out to you again and again. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. All through the storm, Your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. Amen.